And that's what people got to realize. Just because she's a men just don't give a damn what you are. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Oh, honey, because, I mean, she's a big star.
The narrative surrounding the public collapse of the relationship between Cardi B and NFL star Stefon Diggs suggests a complex intersection of personal betrayal, strategic optics, and legal volatility. While the mainstream explanation for their sudden split on February 9, 2026, focuses on the emotional tension following the New England Patriots' 29-13 Super Bowl loss to the Seattle Sox, insiders point to a much deeper fracture that predates the kickoff. The timeline of their separation is characterized by an immediate digital distancing, with both parties unfollowing each other within hours of the game. However, the private fallout appears to be rooted in revelations regarding Diggs' expanding family and ongoing involvement with women from his past, specifically Aylin LaPera. Prior to the championship game, public expectations were high for a high-profile engagement. Diggs had openly hinted to reporters that a proposal was on his agenda, a move that projected an image of stability and commitment. This narrative was sharply undercut by events during Super Bowl week. Sources claim that Cardi B discovered information regarding Diggs' private life that made her role as a supportive partner untenable. Her behavior during the festivities reflected this shift. When asked for a message by reporters at a pre-game party, she offered a curt and cold well wish. On game day, after appearing during the halftime show, she reportedly left the stadium and did not return for the second half. This exit is viewed by many as a deliberate boundary rather than a reaction to the scoreboard. The most provocative element of the Super Bowl drama involved the presence of Aylin LaPera at the game. LaPera, who had successfully sued Diggs for paternity in a case that concluded in January, was seen on the field with an all-access pass, standing near Diggs' mother and his inner circle. Official NFL cameras captured her expressing her love for him. The proximity of a woman who had recently been a legal adversary, especially one tied to past betrayal headlines, was interpreted as a strategic statement. Insiders suggest that such access is never accidental during a high-stakes event like the Super Bowl. If the relationship with Cardi B was already ending, the display appeared retaliatory. If it was not, it represented a massive risk to his public image. The history between Diggs and LaPera is central to the current controversy. In November, paternity was confirmed for a daughter born in April 2024. While that legal chapter appeared closed, rumors began circulating during Super Bowl week that LaPera is expecting a second child with Diggs. This allegation of a repeat pregnancy with the same woman, occurring while Diggs was publicly signaling an engagement to Cardi B, created a pressure point that the relationship could not survive. For Cardi B, who has navigated public infidelity and divorce in her previous marriage to Offset, the prospect of being publicly humiliated on the world's largest sporting stage was a breaking point. The situation is further complicated by Diggs' broader personal and legal circumstances. He currently faces serious legal challenges, including felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault charges stemming from an incident involving a private chef in December. While his legal team denies these allegations and the Patriots have offered public support, the timing of these charges adds to a narrative of instability. Furthermore, Diggs' financial obligations are mounting. With a $20 million base salary, he is responsible for multiple households and children across several states. The public count of his children has grown rapidly, with 4 born in a very tight window across 2024 and 2025. Each new paternity claim or pregnancy rumor represents a long-term financial liability and a complication for his career leverage. In the hyper-competitive environment of the NFL, a player's brand is closely monitored by teams and sponsors. While talent on the field often buys leniency, a pattern of domestic turbulence and legal scrutiny can shift the calculus for front offices. Diggs is known for a combustible intensity, a trait that serves him well as a wide receiver, but can be destructive in his personal life. The optics of the Super Bowl, losing the game while simultaneously losing his high-profile relationship and being linked to multiple mothers, created a spectacle that critics like 50 Cent were quick to mock. The lack of a clear denial regarding the second pregnancy with LaPera has only fueled the perception that the situation is beyond his control. Cardi B's response has been one of curated distance. Following the Super Bowl, she focused on her personal brand, posting glamour shots and leaning into her Miss Drama tour. Her public messaging emphasizes self-reliance and moving into a better version of herself after giving birth to her own child with Diggs in November. The compression of these events is striking. A paternity confirmation in November, a birth with Cardi in November, criminal charges in December, and a public rupture in February. This sequence suggests a life lived in compartments that finally collided. For Cardi B, the decision to unfollow and withdraw is seen as a strategic move to protect her own career and reputation from being swallowed by the chaos surrounding Diggs. Industry observers note that the Super Bowl field moment may have been an attempt by Diggs to reclaim narrative control. By aligning himself with the mother of his other children in the presence of his own family, he signaled a different set of loyalties. However, this move may have backfired by making him a target for public ridicule and raising questions about his judgment. The financial implications are also significant. As his career progresses toward its later stages, his ability to maintain his lifestyle and support multiple families depends on his continued status as a top-tier athlete. Any dip in performance combined with ongoing legal or personal scandal makes him a liability for the Patriots or any future team. The ongoing silence from both camps regarding the specific rumors of a seventh child is telling. In the world of celebrity gossip, an easy dismissal is usually the first line of defense. The absence of such a rebuttal suggests that the details might be accurate, or at least too complicated to simplify with a press release. The conflict is no longer just a private breakup. It is a reckoning involving legal standing, financial health, and public legacy. The Super Bowl, intended to be the pinnacle of his professional season, instead became the stage where his private life unraveled in front of millions. As the February 13th arraignment date for his assault charges approached, the focus shifted from his romantic life to his legal future. Yet, the two are inextricably linked in the public eye. The narrative of a man who cannot manage his domestic affairs often bleeds into perceptions of his professionalism. For Cardi B, the goal appears to be total separation from this volatility. Having already co-parented 3 children with Offset through various public trials, she seems unwilling to repeat that cycle with Diggs. Her exit from the stadium during the second half of the Super Bowl remains the most potent symbol of her refusal to participate in his narrative any longer. Ultimately, the situation represents a collision of two high-powered brands that no longer serve one another. Diggs' career remains in a state of flux as the Patriots evaluate his contract and the courts evaluate his conduct. Meanwhile, the tally of his children continues to be a point of public fascination and criticism. The alleged involvement with LaPera suggests a continuity that contradicts the exclusive image he tried to project with Cardi B. Whether this was a matter of poor planning or a deliberate choice to maintain multiple parallel households, the result is the same: a public and professional crisis. The unfollow was only the beginning of a much larger transition for everyone involved. The story continues to move toward a resolution that will likely involve courtrooms and contract negotiations rather than reconciliations. In the end, the Super Bowl was not just a game lost on the field. It was the moment the containment of a very complicated private life finally failed.